little bit pushing the tush and they will go, right? But I don't want to start from the moon when they're already on Earth. It's going to be very difficult to close the gap. So I want to make sure they're pretty much in my game. Yesterday, I gave a $90,000 work. And she told me, I just wanted to do it for 25,000. So I took a piece of paper and I started to write down to her, let me show you how much I'm paying for labor and how much I'm paying for insurances. And I started to ask her a question to guide her. And she by herself understood that only bathroom one will be 22,000. She said it from her own mouth. She gave me the answers of my questions, and she got to a number of 22,000. Now you understand why every bathroom is like that, and then the whole project is 90. She said, "Yeah, I understand." But it wasn't really a good lead, like to close. It wasn't a good opportunity. But anyway, I showed her that she's not in our direction at all. What I'm trying to say here is that we want to build a price that the customer in his mind, when I give the price, he will be ready for it. So if the client is shocked, check it, look at him when you talk about it. If the client is shocked, you scale back a little bit and you say, yeah, but don't worry, it's not going to be your job. If the client kind of appreciates the work, appreciates the price, good, we have a good client in hand. Never let him go. Because if he's not going to buy from me today, he's going to buy from somebody else, probably for much higher. Because I'm flyer if I don't close him. Somebody else will come and bring a stronger salesman than us and will close it. Because buyers will buy. So this is a very, very good indication of how you attack the closing stage. Gives you a lot of information about the client. Now, if the client is shocked, don't give up. That's only meaning one thing. You're going to have a little bit harder work on closing. But that's fine. This is why we're here for. You can either do this, or you can either grab a shovel and go work with the roofer on the roof in 90 degrees and make a living. We are in the best job in the world. We're making a lot of money by talking. Right? So, yes, we're going to have a little bit closer, harder work on closing, but clear my day. Don't give me calls. I'm here all day.
It's a lot easier if you get a good connect with the customer to just ask his budget.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yes, but I don't really ask what's your budget because they will answer me. Let's see what you tell me first.
No, after you explain the
absolutely,
everything, and you just
absolutely. But I don't do it in every lead. I just do it when I see that the client. Like yesterday, from the first minute I came into the house, I saw she was a scratcher. Like, it's a condo.
Yeah.
She probably would think it's going to be 5,000. So before I gave the price, I asked her, is there any budget you guys are trying to stay under? Because I can talk about a lot of things. I don't wanna miss you.
Exactly.
As Anu says, I'm doing it in a gentle way. Then she told me, let's see what you give me first. So when she answered this, it's a bad point for me. So it's a question that you ask, it's a risk. Because if you don't get what you need and she doesn't play along with you,
waste your time.
Not waste your time. You lost point with the lady.
However, on the flip side, when you're already kind of talking about numbers, you didn't actually give the price of the job yet.
After, 100%.
So I had a client at Rancho Palos Verdes who sold a $59,000 kitchen. And I was speaking with them. We were talking numbers and talking about the price of this, price of that. And they're like, oh, this sounds expensive. I'm like, what are you guys trying to... I gave them the initial price. It was like 60... It started like 68, right? And I worked down to 65. And they're like, God, it's still too high for us. And I was like, where do you want to be at? And they said, we're really trying to be under 60. So I said, let me call office. So I make a phone call. I call whoever. Blah, blah, blah. I come back and say, I can do it for $59,982. They're like, oh, deal. But then I come back and then I add 10% of tax. It still comes back to $66,000. So you meet them if they're close with it. If they come back to me and say, oh, we're trying to stay under 40,000, I pack my books up and I leave. I'm like, you're never going to be in the same ballpark. But they said to me, it's only $6,000 less. I say, let me see what I can do. I'm not a salesman. I work off of a price list. This is what I always say. I'm not a salesman. I work off of a price list. There's only so much wiggle room that I have. I said I have to get authorizations for any discounts bigger than this. So let me call the office and talk to the owner and see what I can do. make a phone call, blah, 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 I bullshit on the phone, I get off the phone and say, I got good news for you, I can meet you guys at 59.92. Oh, awesome, perfect, let's sign the contract right now. But it's hit or miss. Sometimes you have clients like that, sometimes you don't. It just all depends.
Nice one.
You earned the 982 from your own, huh?
Yeah, every time.
Every time 982, 982.
$18 under another $1,000.
982 every time.
They see 59 and I see 60, and then I come down and I add the tax and $6,000 in tax. They're like, oh fuck.
Okay, guys,
This is not for us.
we are at
Yeah.
the last
But it is.
stage. Okay? This is the stage when you give the price. So, the goal when I give the price, I want to make sure that they're cooked, they're ready to go, and they're boiled, and the marak is ready. The
Soup.
stew is ready.
Chulent.
Yeah, chulent is ready. That is good. First of all, I do a test question. How do you feel about all this so far? If they tell me, great, everything sounds good, I have a good hard buyer right now. He's ready to sign. If I have a client that tells me, okay, not excited about nothing, I probably did not do the best job. Okay, either I could not reach out to them, I cannot turn them on. Something that I did was not enough. Now again, guys, I cannot touch any client. Yesterday I was talking to 2 clients, I was talking to a wall. Not moving, no emotions, no facial expressions, nothing. Leaving the lead to go with the girl for a minute. I did my very best. I did my protocol, I did my McDonald's routine, and I did my very best. Until I saw that there is really nothing to do. But I still kept my own system. But in the other hand, if you feel like everything sounds good so far, let's see, and they do like this, let's see what's the numbers, or they're like leaning forward, you know that they're ready to sign. Okay? You need to pretty much recognize this temperature of the client. So we want to get to the closing stage, to the giving price stage. After they're pretty much, we talked about budget, so after they're pretty much set in their mind about pretty much how it's gonna cost, after they're pretty much know what they're gonna get, okay? After all the rebuttals that they might give you after the closing that you already handled, okay? So you already build urgency, you already talked about the money. If they want to do financing, you already tell them about the financing that you have. So you in their mind, make sure that you come to the closing as clean as you can. Your goal is for them to tell you, where do I sign after you give them the price? Will it happen all the time? No. Will it happen once in a while? Yes, of course. But this is the goal, because the main purpose is that after you give the price, the mechanism in their mind will tell, no, I have to sleep on it at least one time, because they have to protect their decision. If I did a good lead and I killed all the rebuttals after the one good lead, after they say one no, I give them a push in the tush and they're gonna sign. So my purpose is for them to say yes after one no. I'm not telling you say yes after 0 no's, because they will say you no. But after one no, I don't want them to say yes after 5 no's. Because if they need to say yes after 5 no's, I'm expecting a lot of work in the closing. My goal is for them to say yes after 1 no. Because 1 no they have to do, is their mechanism of defense. They have to do 1 no. But if I did the lead very good and I killed all the rebuttals, so they will say 1 no, we will talk, kill time, raise the value a little bit, then give them another discount and they're gonna go. Okay? So when I do that, I'm also breaking the pact one more time, and I tell them, I know you're expecting just an estimate today, but if you have a good opportunity, please open your mind, and if anything makes sense to you, please open your mind for, going forward with us today. Break the pact. Okay, now you don't need to do it in every lead, but You need to read the client, it's very specific, okay? So when I give the price, okay, first of all, I never give a price after I did not do all of these 8 stages. After 7 stages. If they don't want me, they want to kick me out of the house, kick me. They're not going to get a price. Okay? Usually it's 1 hour and a half, 1 hour. Very important, crucial stage. You never give a price standing up. James, you with me, brother? You never give a price standing up. You sit them down. When you sit them down, psychologically, they're listening. When they're up, I never sold standing up. Never in my life. Because standing up is okay, throw me the price. Never. Always sitting down, and always both of the decision makers. If the one decision maker left, you're not giving a price. You wait for him. Trust me, if they don't have a price, they will come 40 miles for you guys to give them a price. If she left for a phone call, that's no problem, I will wait. I have a phone call to make myself. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna come back in like a minute. Whatever she's coming back. Show them, it's a matter of control. Show them that you are not an estimator. You are not coming there for free, your own gas, your own time, giving them the price and walk away. This is not what you're there for. You're there for doing business. And if they don't respect you for that, it's never gonna happen. So you need to sometimes control them. When they see that, they say, okay, wow, I respect that dude. He's not afraid of me. Trust me, they will respect you more than that. Okay? Now, after I do that, I give a lot of repeat the product. I'm pretty much doing recap. Because you're gonna give them an $80,000 price right now. You're just not gonna say, okay, so you hear the price is $80,000. No, you say exactly what they're getting. What are their benefits? What is the product benefits? You make sure they know exactly. Sometimes they also say, oh yeah, you forgot the recess. Right, recess light as well. So you want to make sure they understand. Now in their mind, when you repeat the process, wow, it is a lot of work. Wow, it's like 2 minutes talking about what he's gonna do. It's a lot of work. So in their mind, they're preparing themselves for a high price, okay? The same breathing, I'm giving the price, I'm repeating the product. And then, if you have enough balls and brave enough, I would give the price 3.5, 4 times more. Same breathing, so we're gonna do, after we do the waterproofing, we're gonna do the paint, then we're installing the appliances, then we do the final touch-ups, and then we clean up and haul away the debris. We're looking at 42,750.
How are we supposed to know what the price is?
אחר כך.
Okay.
And we're gonna do it, שנייה, okay? We're gonna do the, עכשיו אני צריך לחזור על זה. Okay, we're gonna finish all the installation, we're gonna touch up everything, and then we're gonna clean up and haul away debris. We're gonna do it to perfection. The investment amount is going to be 42,500. You smile, you calmly smile, very easy, very lenient. If they're gonna start feeling your heartbeat, you're gonna find your way out very fast. You're calm, you're smiling, you turn the page to them, and you shut your mouth. Whoever's gonna speak first loses.
Of course.
You shut your mouth. Your hard work, all of these 2 hours that you just worked on,
Now is your time.
now is the easy time. Now they are fighting with their own mind right now. You are shutting up. And you smile. Calmly. Now, in their mind, starting a process right now. Okay, I like it, I like him, I like everything. The price, I wish it would be a little bit lower. But okay, I'm gonna sleep on it. So after like a minute or two that he swallowed the spit, he's gonna tell you, okay, you give me a very valuable information, thank you very much, I'm gonna sleep on it and let you know tomorrow. Right?
Every time.
Which means the price is high.
Right?
That
Every
sucks.
Now, by the way,
Every fucking
I
time.
did not mention that, but I did mention it yesterday. How many prices do we give?
3.
3 prices, right? Because I want to divert his mindset from yes or no to which option.
אני notes.
מה?
אני רק כותב notes, אני לא בטוח.
3 prices on the same scope of work, or like you
תמציא.
take,
אחד זה shower, אחד זה טאב, אחד זה לא יודע מה.
and
תמציא.
then you combine all the 3 to give them
תן להם
the
3
final?
אופציות. Options, 3 options. One is with a shower, one with keeping a tub, and one with hardy boards,
Gotcha.
not floating cement. Now you always shoot for the price that they want, you put it in the middle. So the price, the option that they don't want is too much work for them, you put it in the third option, the highest. So they will cancel it immediately. But they will see in their mind, oh,
First one is cheap.
I could have paid 30. The middle one is like 25. Okay. The 20,000 is too, I don't need, I need better.
Yeah.
So they, in their own mind, they're already putting themselves in the middle option. 95% of the time they choose the middle option. It's unbelievable how the mind work. Unbelievable. Any questions on that? So you give the 3 prices. You smile, you shut up, and after they say the first word, of course you say no problem, okay? And then you ask them which one makes more sense to you. Okay? And this is probably the harder part. The closing is the most important part, but it's also easy part. So we are dividing our lead. A lot of salesmen, when they get to the closing stage, by the way, yesterday I was very nervous. It didn't happen to me a long time. I swallowed spit after I gave the, I don't know why.
Because of me?
Maybe it's because of them, but I was very uncomfortable yesterday from
I saw
some
it.
reason.
You sell it?
No,
Yeah, I saw it.
there was nothing to sell.
I felt on you, but
But anyway, you need to stay calm and you need to start the process. So a lot of salesmen, what happens after the price is given, they're getting freaked out. And this is where they blow it. You can run a great lead and then you blow it. Or you can understand in your mind, I finished lead number 1, now let's start lead number 2. Lead number 2 can be 15 minutes, lead number 2 can be 4 hours. It's about your persistency and how you are hungry. Okay? Lead number 2 is basically you need to accept the fact that the client is going to give you a few times no. And there is a protocol for that as well, like McDonald's. You have the system of McDonald's, bun, patty, lettuce, tomato, another bun. Closing, no. Talking about other stuff, putting value up. Close, loop, no. Talking about other stuff, raising the value, 15 minutes. Another loop, no. Talking about other stuff, raising the value, another thing. Another loop, no. Talking to the client a little bit, asking him questions, tell you another no, no problem, loop, until they say yes. This is the other lead, the closing lead. We will not talk about it today, we'll talk about it maybe tomorrow morning, but this is pretty much the project today that we're gonna work on, the job, how to run the lead. So basically we got the introduction and the rapport, you build the loop, measurements, presentation of the company, presentation of the project manager, presentation of the product, building a price, and giving up a price. Any questions so far?
No.
No, we're good?
Tom says it's all cooking. He's doing very good too.
Very good. Can you hit the stop button?